Joss finds out who stabbed Dex at General Hospital after Cyrus gives Michael a digitalist injection. Hello everyone! I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, thank you. General Hospital GH. Spoilers recap for Friday, January 15 reveals the episode picked up where Thursday's left off. Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, woke up for a brief moment while Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, was in the room, but as soon as he did, Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, rushed in to sedate him right away. She tells Jason that this is the best thing for him right now, as the pain would be unsurmountable for Michael to handle at this point. Over at General Hospital Chapel, Drew Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, reminds Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, that she's the reason Michael is going through this, as she's the one who insisted on bringing Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, into his life, rather than allowing A.J. Quartermain, Sean Kanan, to raise him. Carly is completely shocked that Drew would go there, considering the circumstances, and the two continue to banter back and forth until Drew states that what he has with Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, surpasses anything he had with her. This is when Carly thanks him for breaking up with her, as he did her a favor. Speaking of Willow, Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, continues to tear into her estranged sister-in-law until Nina Reeves orders Carly's daughter to back off. Joss storms off, and this allows Nina to take Willow to the side. Willow is hoping to have a talk with Carly to settle things. After all, they were close once. However, Nina states that time has passed. She then drops the bomb that Carly issued an order to take Wiley Corinthos, Vern Weaver, and Amelia Corinthos, Sequoia and Serenity Morkmako, and Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, as well as a social worker who had already arrived at the penthouse and taken the children away. Willow is shocked, and Drew conveniently steps out of an elevator in their vicinity, just as she hears the news. She runs to him and begs him to help her. The three slip into a room somewhere in the hospital and talk about options as Willow is freaking out. Her kids need her right now, especially in light of what their father is going through. They chat about filing an emergency custody hearing. However, this would take a week to coordinate at the very least. Willow needs something done now. Still, Drew comes up with a perfect plan. As Willow and Michael are still legally married, she's technically the person responsible for his medical care. Perhaps Willow should use this to get Carly to backpedal on what she's done. But Willow can't do that. Despite their conflict, Michael's a good man who is going through a very hard time and doesn't deserve this. With that said, Drew reminds Willow that she isn't dealing with Michael, but Carly and Sonny. Sonny is seen on the hospital rooftop, praying, asking Morgan Corinthos, Brian Craig, to watch over his brother. Isaiah Gannon, Sawandi Wilson, steps out and asks how Sonny is doing with his health. He reminds him that he must take care of himself. Sonny appreciates it and also thanks him for all he's done and asks about Michael's chances. The doctor relays that General Hospital is doing the best they can. Sonny joins Carly at the chapel next, and Carly tells him about what Drew said. Sonny feels responsible for what's happened to Michael, and Carly notes that hindsight is 20/20ths and always makes you second-guess your decisions. Sonny points out that with all the things they've done wrong, one thing they've done right is their children. Both agree, for Michael's sake, that they both must show a united front. In an effort to do this, the two head over to talk to Portia and Isaiah, hand in hand. Carly is interested in their recommendations for long-term burn care facilities, just as Nina, Willow, and Drew storm out of nowhere. Willow shuts down the conversation and reminds the doctors that as Michael's medical proxy, all of his care instructions should go through her, and her only. Across town, Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rhoda, takes Lucy Coe, Lynn Herring, up on her offer to tour Port Charles, and since they have lunch at Bobby's, she fills him in a little on Bobby Spencer, Jacqueline Zeman, and the fact that Mayor Laura Collins, Jenny Francis, was once a Spencer. Then Lucy tries to dig a little to find out about a possible romance in Sidwell's life, but he notes that his last relationship left him skittish as she was dipping into his inventory. Sidwell ends their date, thanking Lucy for all the information she offered, which is sure to help him adjust to WSB Port Charles headquarters. Colette Moreau, Mercedes Lopez Renard, enters Jack Brennan's, Charles, Missouri office. Brennan tells her the PCPD has asked for his help with Sonny's penthouse explosion case. The device used for the explosion left zero evidence behind and mirrors a product the WSB had made. Colette questions if something got leaked, as the files around the device were classified. Either way, Brennan tells her that finding more information is of top priority. The discussion turns to the December 10 footage, the day of Dex Heller's, Evan Hofer, stabbing. Colette reminds Brennan that the video the WSB provided can't be used to solve civilian cases. This is when Brennan states that the best they can do is leave a breadcrumb trail that leads them in the right direction. Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner, is having lunch with Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms, and Sasha Corbin, Sophia Matson, as work has been so stressful and she needed a pick-me-up. Felicia notes she hates having to see what some patients are going through and brings up Michael's accident as an example. Sasha is shocked and questions what happened to him, and Felicia fills her in. Sasha immediately leaves the lunch and rushes to General Hospital. She's shown arriving at Michael's room and begins sobbing at the sight of him. Jason walks by and fills her in on his condition. He's fighting for his life, and the medical team doesn't know if he'll be okay. Jason offers to drive Sasha home, as they both agree she is in no condition to drive. This leaves Michael completely unattended by loved ones. Over to Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, and Ava Jerome, Maura West. They happen to be sharing a meal at the very same restaurant as Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, and Diane Miller. Interestingly enough, Cyrus Renault, Jeff Kober, is working as a busboy there. Ava begs Rick to go and talk to Alexis. After all, they were once married and perhaps he can get through to her about giving Ava her divorce settlement back. Ava notes that even though she had money before her divorce from Nicholas Cassadine, Adam Huss, she was hoping to expand the gallery and as such purchased a building without selling the old one and carrying 2 commercial mortgages, thus her money issues. Either way, she earned that divorce settlement and she deserves that divorce settlement. Meanwhile, Diane and Alexis talk about Michael and his situation. Conveniently at the same time, Cyrus is busting tables nearby. Martin Gray, Michael E. Knight, enters the establishment as Cyrus has called on him. Cyrus is looking for help to have Portia's ban on him volunteering at the hospital reversed. Martin isn't sure he can do anything, and as the men are talking, Diane interrupts. The two talk shop about the Corinthos divorce case. However, when they are done, Martin goes to return to his conversation with his brother, and Cyrus is gone. Meanwhile, Rick tried to make a case for Ava with Alexis. After all, her divorce settlement is a fraction of what the Cassadine estate is worth, leaving little Ace Cassadine, Jay, and Joey Clay plenty of money, but Alexis wouldn't budge. Back at the hospital, Brennan arrives on the scene and finds Jocelyn. He states he has something for her regarding Dex's case. Jocelyn notes she thought the WSB didn't keep video footage, and he replies that is correct. However, he does have a list of witnesses that a source at the PCPD handed over to him. Perhaps if she re-questions them, she can get to the bottom of things. Joss reviews the list, and Felicia catches her eye at the nurse's station, and she immediately heads over to talk to her to get things underway. At first, Felicia struggles, and Jocelyn tries to trigger her memory. After all, Felicia continues to have this nagging feeling that she's missing something. As Joss and her walk through that day's events, Felicia quickly has a flashback. She remembers that Cyrus's bell was ringing throughout the entire time, except during the moments Dex was stabbed. Lastly, in the final moments of the show's closing, Cyrus enters Michael's room, says a prayer over him, and promises he won't be in pain any longer. Cyrus proceeds to inject Digitalis into Michael's IV bag. General Hospital spoilers say the week of January 13 to 17 should be just as explosive as this one. Is this how Michael's story ends in the land of Port Charles? Fans will have to tune in to find out. General Hospital offers the best of the best General Hospital updates, spoilers, news, updates, and predictions. So drop by often and make us your top General Hospital source. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our General Hospital Update news channel and stay with us.